Hello, my name is Voya and welcome to my deep guide. Well, in today's video we are going to talk a little bit about the relatively new announcement from Dasung, and they have announced the world's first and their first 25.3-inch color e-ink color display monitor called Dasung Paperlike Color. Alright, so let's take a look at what we actually have as far as the promo material that's been published by Dasung and what we can conclude from it. So Dasung Paperlike Color, world's first color e-ink monitor, 25.3-inch color e-ink screen, 3K HD, higher reflectivity, not the I imagine that they don't mean higher reflectivity of the panel itself, that you have more reflection, but the actual reflectivity of the panel itself, the cells themselves, which means that you will have better brightness, and the Dasung Turbo Refresh technology, eye-friendly, which, as we've seen before, was actually quite good, but there were some advancements in the meantime in the world of e-ink, so we will see how that works. Now, right out of the bat, we can see from the screenshots that this doesn't look too doctored up, but the hue has been definitely increased a lot on this image, as you can see in the greens and the reds and the blues. So that means that the hues and the intensity of colors has been increased on that image. You can see it also here, that it's been exploded, and definitely look how strong the colors are here in this image on a traditional laptop, so that we can actually have really strong colors here. So I don't expect that we will see this vividness of the colors in reality, but when I compare the red to red and the blue to blue, and yeah, this is yellowish orange to yellowish orange here, these things, unless this has been completely doctored up, and it doesn't look like it has been, this means that we might actually kind of expect to see properly good color representation out of this panel, which would be really important, first of all, but also a really good thing to see. So there we go. So we have this, probably, yeah, this is the exact same thing. So we can compare, even though this is brighter, a little bit brighter of condition, but we can see the color representations here on an LCD screen or an IPS screen and on it. And I gotta say that this is looking really promising. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. Yeah, these things are looking quite good, and these colors look like the best colors that I've seen on any of the color e-ink panels and devices so far. So far better than what we see on the Tab Mini C, on the Tab Ultra, and on the Big Me S6 Color Plus. So one of the things that they're saying is that this looks like a real color printing paper, and this is exactly what I really loved about the Books Tab Color. The Kaleido 3 panel, when it is clean from ghosting and things like that, it really does feel like a printing paper or a newspaper, and it really is very comfortable to look at. So this, again, is very strong potential here for something quite nice. Do they really have paper-like? These are two different screens, because you got colorful paper like here, and we have just paper like here. Okay, yeah, those are two different devices. Something's inconsistent here. I don't know why, but maybe that's just a reflection, that under some angles you get this. But this is a little bit distracting. It's a little bit kind of strange. I mean, I know that they're happy that they have colors, but I don't know. It's not a big deal. Sorry, I got a little bit distracted. So yeah, wireless display for PC, smartphone, and iPad, a cable-free experience. Okay, so it's going to be able to work as a wireless display. So does that mean no, it's gonna have a power wire for sure. It's got a, yeah, there's a power wire there, but it can be wireless. But I hope that it can be that it can be wired as well, because the wireless is nice, but I hope that they have, yeah, connectors. And it looks like they can turn it upside down into a portrait mode as well, but you get the Paperlike here, and this one is now actually with the white frame. This one is with a dark frame, and this is a completely different panel because it has buttons like these, and this one has buttons like these. So I guess they're going through several iterations here, but what they're showing is a little bit inconsistent. So I don't know, you know, just by rule of numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of those are going to be like this, and then there's this one here, which I actually prefer. I really like this design a bit better, and then we have it there. So they are not actually saying that you're having two completely different models. We'll see what it ends up being like. I hope that it's a white one, because that's actually quite nice to look at. All right, so experience seamless 2.4 and 5G dual band transmissions with ultra low delay and robust anti-interference capability. Utilizing mirrorcast airplay transmission to blah 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 blah. Yes, well, yeah, okay. Mirrorcast is not what I would characterize as effortlessly and stable, but okay, when it does work, it works great. But yeah, when it doesn't work, you're kind of that's about it. So, unbelievable refresh speed on Color e-ink screen. Paperlike Color boasts the latest 25.3-inch Kaleido 3 Color e-ink panel, presenting 4096 colors with enhanced reflectivity and, this is really cool, 3200 by 1800 resolution. And my little DPI or PPI calculator actually says that that's going to be 145 ppi resolution, which for monitors is actually really, really good. So that is a very, very nice thing to see. It has, there we go, we have hardware inputs, HDMI, DisplayPort, and Type-C inputs. So it's a versatile option for various devices. And it has exclusive front light, which as far as I remember, it was actually quite good. And the ultra-fast turbo refresh tech, it doubles as a professional desktop monitor, catering to a wide range of scenarios. Which indeed, if it does deliver all of that, it will cater to a wide range of scenarios, which is an exciting thing to see. Moreover, Paperlike seamlessly integrates Dasung's turbos. You just said that. Well, but you just said that. Okay, fine. Document editing, blah, blah, blah. All right, so with the colors complied, offering rich and immersive visual experience. So indulge a sweet delight, infuse your work, study and creative using our versatile solution. Okay, but they're just showing two different ones, which is a little bit kind of confusing. And there it is. So it looks like they will have two different ones, like two different designs. Yeah, that definitely looks like it. Okay, cool. Then the white one would definitely be a choice for me because the buttons are nicer, and the white bevel around it is also very, very nice to see. All right, so that's the information that you get. They also have Indiegogo campaign. And then you can just go like keep me updated, but I don't really see where's the pricing on this. It's the same images, same everything that they have here. So yeah, at this point you can just, you know, kind of update, subscribe to it to get updated on the new information, but I'm not so sure that there's any indication what the pricing will be, so that remains to be seen. And they also have this video, which I genuinely did not look at all. And I wanted to see the first time looking at it to be, yeah, with you guys, and let's share that experience. So let's start. Nice. Alright, I'm gonna turn off the music so that I can scrub through this and kind of check it out. Okay, so the first thing that we see here is that, yeah, these are genuine images and it's not completely overblown. I like the idea that somebody was thinking about actually adding a lot of color content that you can reference the quality of the image here, and I really do appreciate this detail here, the color pencils here, so that you can actually see like, oh, okay, this is the orange, this is the yellow, so this is how the yellow looks, this is the red, etc. So at least for me, that's how that looks like. So, and also I can see how much the colors are blown up or not. The saturation is a little bit bumped up here, but that's nothing more than what you would normally see on a commercial video of this type. So here we see the first thing in action, and this is actually pretty cool because we can see that there's not that much ghosting. Yeah, this is fairly clean. This is really, really clean for so many changes happening all the time. And let's see the latency here. So zoom, zoom. Yeah, okay. That's a normal type of latency that I've seen on the displays of this type. And again, we don't see too much ghosting here. Okay, so this is the the responsiveness. Well, it doesn't really mean much because we don't see when it's being typed, but at least we can see the clarity of the screen itself. And this is again even more promising. Reds, greens, blues are very nicely calibrated. Yellow, which is very difficult for these panels to do, seems to be quite good, and the reflectivity seems to be also quite good. Okay, this is even more promising. Tilt, yes, that's what I actually commented on when I first saw it. It was like, yes, you have the tilt, because this is so cool for coding, for writing, and for browsing and things like that. This is just a really, really nice thing to see that they've thought about it and that it's possible to have a proper stand for a monitor, and that's very cool to see. Okay, usability seems like it's completely usable. All right, so this is the white version. So we have height adjustability and we had rotation that we've seen. Is this looking curved to you? Because I know that if it's not a canvas HD, so if it's not a glass one, then it does have the possibility to be curved, and this looks like it's a curved version, which would be really, really cool. Yeah. This definitely looks like it's curved. That's an interesting kind of tease that the white one seems to be a curved version. Maybe, looks like it. And the black one is the traditional flat paneled one, which is very, very nice to see that they're taking all of these things into consideration. For my use case scenarios, probably the curved one would work, but either of them I think are really good. So this is also interesting to see. Let's see, where was the data moving along? Yep, look at this, no ghosting, trailing, black on white. Nope, does not. Very, very nice and clean and super, super detailed here. That's pretty cool. Okay, so let's see this. Yes, very, very nice. Okay, this is a very fair example. So you can see how much overblown and exploded the colors are in this image, and you can see how they still look fairly pale. So we will have to expect not a lot of saturation, but there's something, what? Oh, there it is, that's the red one. Okay, so this is a very fair thing to actually show, because there's no lying here. You can just see exactly what it is, and it's not going to be perfect, but I think that it's going to be perfectly usable. As far as the performance goes, that's actually very nice. And again, the biggest concern for me is the ghosting, and that's not, seems to be quite an okay thing. There we go. We finally see a close-up image, and there is going to be some ghosting. So definitely there is some ghosting going on, and it's actually, there we go, considerable. So that was this icon, the red one, goes away and then leaves quite a bit of a mark here. Hey, little prints. Yeah, definitely. So the white one seems to be curved. That's, unless I'm totally mistaken, but this looks curved. I don't know. But the white one looks really, really nice and sexy. So the color interpretation here, I don't know. I mean, this looks great, right? This really does look great, but it doesn't really match what we've seen here, right? So you have this case, and then you have this case, and then you have this case. So I don't know. It's a bit of a tricky thing to kind of keep in mind. What I also like is that we see this white frame here, and then we can see the darkness of the Kaleido tree, how dark it is, and what you can actually expect from it. So for my sensibilities, I think that the white one, if it's curved, is a really, really nice option to actually take into consideration. It looks a lot more sexier than the black one, but it's actually interesting to see that they have both versions for, yeah, they're considering both versions. Now all that remains to be seen is, oh my goodness, what is going to be the pricing on these, because the pricing of the Paperlike, the regular Paperlike 25.3 inch, the black and white one, was huge. So I think that this is going to be well over $1,000, which is going to hurt a lot, but we'll see. Okay, that sounds really, really interesting and like something that a lot of us have been waiting for. Now, my previous experience with Dasung panels is that they are capable of doing some really, really good things. Now, that being said, what I'm really excited about is, first of all, this is a 25.3 inch format, so it's a usable screen in an everyday situation. Second of all, it's a 16:9 aspect ratio, which is finally normal. You don't have that 4.3, which causes all sorts of impractical issues when you hook up a display like this to a computer. So that's a very, very important point. Point number 3 is that it has a decently good resolution for a panel of that size, which leads me to believe that we can expect a decently good quality, image quality from this panel. What remains to be seen is how are the colors going to be handled, how is the speed going to be, how's the ghosting, most important of all is going to be how's the ghosting handling going to be handled on the Dasung Paperlike Color. And also, once we go through all of that, what are the actual connectivity and functionalities, OSD functionalities, and all of these kinds of things are going to be like on that monitor? Because ultimately, yes, the panel is all we are, talking about, but also we should be focusing on the monitor itself. So what are the connections like? What is the stand like? What is the OSD menu like? What are those options like? Because those things will determine the usability of such an item. Now, where I stand with this, I'm very, very excited about this, because if they manage to get results that we see on the Tab Ultra C, then this has a potential to be a very, very real-world usable screen in a really broad spectrum of use case scenarios. And this is something that might actually put the e-ink technology and e-ink devices on a much more mainstream radar, and people might actually enjoy benefits of the e-ink technology a little bit more, although the price is still going to be very, very prohibitive for a majority of people. But at least it's something that's going to be a little bit more on the radar, so that people are aware that these things actually exist. And I'm also excited to let you know that I have contacted Dasung and requested a review sample, and while they say that they do not have review samples ready yet, that they will definitely send me one as soon as they have some ready. So there is a strong possibility that I will be able to bring you an in-depth review look of the Dasung Paperlike Color on mydeepguide, which would be really, really cool. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please like and subscribe and ding the notification bell in the description below to get notified when new videos come out on mydeepguide. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, and see you in the next video. Bye!